What's up, guys? This is TheKephas. When it comes to leveling in World of Warcraft, the planets seem to have aligned themselves because this week is giving us a perfect storm of XP buffs. We've still got the Winds of Wisdom for another week. It's also Dark Moon Fair Week, so if you ride the merry-go-round, you're going to get a 10% increase with that as well. And it's also WoW's 18th birthday. Happy 18th anniversary, World of Warcraft, and thank you for the 18% increase to leveling. If you open up your mail, you will get an item, you click that item, and it will give you a buff for the remainder of the event that increases your XP gains by an additional 18%. So for the next week, you have got a lot of XP buffs to work with, and it is not a better time as now to level up your characters. In a way, because next week we're going to be getting the second phase of the Dragonflight pre-patch, which is going to give us the Evokers, which is exciting, but it's also going to do some changes to leveling. For one, Shadowlands will be put into Chromie time. It will no longer be required to level in Shadowlands from that moment on, and Chromie time will get you to level 60. On top of that, you will also be seeing some changes to XP requirements, and in general, it gives us a flat, like roughly 60-ish or so percent decrease to leveling overall, which means you'll be leveling up even faster. Probably it's going to even out, like getting 1 to 60 will be about as fast as getting from 1 to 50 was in Shadowlands. Okay, so that's probably what it's going to be like. But when you have all these buffs to consider, and you look at it level by level, how it's broken down, then there's a way to level up now that will be even faster if you level up to a certain point now, wait till pre-patch phase 2, and then level up when all the XP changes come into place. So if you look at this Wowhead graph here, you'll kind of see what I mean. So early on, you're going to see a little bit of a dip, but then there's going to be an increased XP requirements through the 20s. Kind of feel like a weatherman right now. Going to be an increase to weather pressure, going to be a high of like 25% in the early 20s, and then we're going to bring it back down, we're going to bring it low. Yeah, you get the idea. So early 30s, you're going to start seeing XP drop off, and it drops off a cliff. By the time you get to 40, you're looking at about a 50% decrease to XP requirements all the way to 50, where it's now like 75% all the way to 60, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. So the thing is, a lot of people were saying before, when we weren't considering the buffs, we didn't have Winds of Wisdom, we didn't have all these other buffs to consider. Get your characters to like level 34, 32, whatever, around that phase, and then leveling will get faster if you wait till after pre-patch. But now we have these buffs to consider. So let's just consider Winds of Wisdom. It gives us a 50% increase to experience, okay? So in the early 40s, you're going to see a 50% decrease to XP requirements, which means that if you're just considering the Winds of Wisdom, then leveling up here to early 40s will be faster now than it will be after pre-patch. You will no longer have that buff. It's going to be slower early on, and then it's going to be not even to 50% until you get to these levels here. Now, after pre-patch, it's going to start getting faster even without the Winds of Wisdom buff. Okay, so ideally, we can even break it down level by level. As you can see here, sure enough, it's going to be faster up to 10, slower through the 20s, and then it's going to slowly start to get faster. Okay, so right around level 42, exactly. So if you get yourself to level 42, then you will level 42 next week just as fast as you do now with the Winds of Wisdom. So that means that if you get your characters to level 42 right now, then when Winds of Wisdom is gone next week, you won't even notice. In fact, it'll get even faster because from that moment on, it slowly builds up to 70%, actually 78% by level 50, which means you will be leveling up faster next week in the 40s and the 50s without the Winds of Wisdom buff, which is pretty crazy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm leveling up my characters to the early 40s, somewhere between 41 and 45, depending on what I'm feeling, and I might even level them up. I'd say 45 is probably a good spot. But really even just level 42 if you want to be like min-max, technical, whatever. You want to eke out every little percentage or whatever. So level 45, let's say level 45. And the reason why I say 45 is because if you also consider the Darkmoon Faire buff right now, which is another 10%, that would mean Winds of Wisdom plus Darkmoon Faire, that's a 60% increase to XP. Then around 45, that's around 60%. Okay, so that means that with those two buffs gone, you will level up just as fast next week as if you had both of those buffs still. So from level 45 on, it's going to be faster even without both of those buffs. Now, what about the anniversary event? Okay, that's another 18%. The thing is, the anniversary event is going to be around all the way up until the release of Dragonflight. So when Dragonflight releases, that event goes away, which means that even after the next patch phase, you will still have that buff to consider. So we don't even have to factor that one in. We're just factoring in these two temporary buffs. So, and really, I mean, I'm honestly too lazy to even go to the merry-go-round every hour. I mean, that just takes a lot of time, so I don't even use that one. It's 10%, it would be nice, but it's whatever. And there are also other buffs that you can get as well. There's like a BFA potion. You gotta have a certain type of currency for that. Ain't got no time for that, so just whatever. So I'm mostly just relying on Winds of Wisdom and the anniversary event right now. So for me, I'm getting to level 50, or I'm sorry, level 42 at least, level 41, level 42, maybe level 45. And then I'm stopping. And I'm waiting till next week for when the XP nerfs happen, and then it will be even faster from these levels on next week, even without those buffs. So what you should do right now, if you want to min-max this, or if you want to level up as fast as possible, get yourself to around 40 or 45. Stop there, and then wait till next week. And then you'll be even faster. Some people are saying get to level 50. Now, I want to explain why I'm not going to level 50. So when you hit level 50, you get pulled out of Chromie time. You get sent back to your capital city, and then if you want to continue leveling where you were, you have to go all the way back, which is really inconvenient. So I don't like getting to level 50. At first, I was thinking I'll get to 49 and then I'll stop. But then I considered these XP changes. I was like, actually, I'll get to level 45 or 42 or whatever, and then stop. Because at that point, it'll just be fast, just as fast, and then even faster next week. So either way, what I suggest, if you want to get the most out of this, and if you want to do like me, get yourself to the early 40s. Stop, wait till next week, continue on with your leveling from there on. If you don't want to have to go to Shadowlands, you don't have to, you're good there. You could always go to Shadowlands if you want. Heck, you could even go to Shadowlands early on. Either way, it's up to you how you do it. I mean, you can level up all the way to 60 right now if you want to, but if you want to be as fast as possible, get yourself into those mid-40s, wait till next week, pick it up from there, and yeah, that's what I'll be doing. It's pretty fun right now, just getting all these characters leveled up and getting kind of like a sampler platter of all the classes. You know, and so that way I want to have all these classes leveled up to level 60 when pre-patch ends and when Dragonflight starts. So I'll have a bunch of classes to get through Dragonflight and I get to kind of experience everything, pick what I want to be my main, and also I'll have every class ready to make some guides. So that's going to be fun. Now, I will say this, if you're wanting to get characters to level 60, now really is the best time. Either way, no matter how you do it, because it's going to be faster, even faster now, because you've got all these buffs, and you've also got the anniversary buff, which will even be going over to next week and all the way to Dragonflight. So once Dragonflight drops, you will no longer have any of these buffs anymore. Okay, so Winds of Wisdom will be gone probably for forever, or at least until the end of the expansion, and the anniversary event will be gone as well. So you definitely want to level up now. It's going to be insanely fast for you if you like to level up as quickly as possible. Now's your chance. Gives you something to do. It's been fun for me, and so I'm going to get back to it. I've got a few more characters to get to the early 40s, and then next week it's going to be running all the way to 60. I can't wait to see how fast it is. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially with that 18% buff. So either way, you guys, do it how you want to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. Hopefully this was helpful for you. This gave you some ideas, and at least sharing my idea of how I'm doing it. So I hope this made sense. It's a lot of information. It's a little confusing with all these patch phases and breaking it down level by level. I mean, I'm not usually one for min-maxing, but for leveling, it's kind of fun, just to kind of break it down. It's not too hard, but either way, I hope this was informative, helpful, and, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button, and feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is TheKephas. Until next time.